Next topic. I better switch the topics because I'm running out of time, sadly. Okay, so the next topic I wanted to cover was someone asked me recently, is it possible to have multiple little spaces? The correct answer is yes. Yes, that actually is something that can happen. And I was going to give myself as an example for this because I myself am both a sexual and non-sexual age player. Um, I fall in both categories, and there is a different type of age play for either side. Like for myself, the action figures and stuff that I love playing with this stuff. Like I love playing with action figures. So yeah, I have like major storylines and stuff. Um, I gotta go through my Power Ranger collection at some point because I have a shit ton of doubles, and that's what's packing a lot of these to the point of like no return. So I need to go through my stuff and fix up and get rid of doubles that I have. So what I'm actually planning to do is to take my doubles, the doubles of figures that I have, and put them into the bin for some of the age play events that we do. So yeah, I was just about to say that small. Yeah, that's very true. So one of the biggest things for myself is that I do have multiple little spaces. For instance, like I was explaining with all the action figures, that's the non-sexual age play space, right? While I also have the submissive ABDL side of myself, who is all cutesy and whatnot, but like does a lot of BDSM and electro play, which if you've never tried electro play, you definitely should. A lot of people are like, I'm not getting electrocuted. Actually, you've probably tested it before and you don't know. For instance, have you ever had one of those electric globes? Yeah, those electric globes with the purple electricity, the plasma electricity on the inside, and you put your hand there and it just zaps you a bit? That's what it is. It's just that in some cases you can feel it, and it's actually pretty good. It's a really awesome feeling. I did an entire scene with that once before. Wild. Wild. It was awesome shit. I loved every second. Okay. So, but yeah, getting back to it, yeah, you can have multiple spaces. Um, those spaces are usually very far apart from each other because the set of mind that you're in for like the set of mind that I'm in for the like BDSM part has nothing to do with this. Like it has nothing to do with the toys or anything. The most I'll have is a plushie. But yeah, it's no different than like DDLG at that point, or DDLB for me, or even MDLG and MDLB. Like it's the same thing. Um, I do a lot of wild scenes. I'm also a rope bunny. I'm very much into being tied up and stuff like that. Like that there's a lot of stuff that I do with that particular little space that's different from this, because in this space it's all about having fun and just being immature, while in that space it's about being subby and submissive. There's a whole different space to it. Uh, oh yeah, there is diaper service pop. I forgot about that. That's one ironically, I think it's because I don't do any pop play. I don't usually do that. So that's a little bit different to me. But like no, I completely understand that. Shit, I've made jokes about being a furry because I'm not actually. So like, but Ironically, I created a fursona as a joke. So, like, that is also a completely different play from everything else. Like, for instance, I'm someone that has two. I'm saying this right? I'm going to say three. I'm going to put three out there because I know I'm probably wrong, but because I have 5 partners, like 5 partners that I am in a relationship with. And those 5 partners are, well, one of them, is Mouse. He's my co-host. The other one is my mommy dom. Like, I have 2 mommy doms. 3 mommy doms, actually. 3. I have 3 mommy doms. And then I have, like, 2 other BDSM partners. And I have, and then I'm a big for someone else, for someone who is an AB. Like, I am a daddy dom for them. So yeah, it's there's a lot. there's definitely a lot to it. All right. Okay. So, but like I said, in some cases it can cascade into each other. It's not like it's something that's completely impossible. Like, having multiple little spaces is very doable. Hold on, let me take these off. Having multiple little spaces is very doable. It's not like it's an impossibility that they can't cascade. They can, because sometimes that mindscape will blend. But that's not a bad thing, because it allows a freedom of you to be able to switch between the two or switch into a different one without having to relegate yourself, concentrate to get back, and then to switch into a different one. No. As long as you're able to switch in between, it becomes fluid over time. It is something that does become fluid. It's not like it's not like a hard switch, like if you're like switching the signal for a train or something. No, it becomes a real smooth transition. It can be transitioned. But I also tell people to be really careful, because in some cases they can end up damaging or traumatizing themselves with the non-sexual space. So, like, you have to be careful on how you do it. Like, yes, for some people it is easy of a transition. For others, it may not be. Some people might actually have an issue with that. And what will happen is that they can traumatize or re-traumatize themselves. So I always tell people that if you're going to have multiple spaces, try to be careful to keep them separate. But for those that don't have that type of issue, it's perfectly fine. Like myself, I can switch in between, but there are people who can't. They can't do it like immediately. Like, there has to be a reset for them.